Greetings, dear viewer, and welcome to episode 22 of my Survival Minecraft Let's Play. I am iWhat, and today I am not entirely sure what I am going to do yet. However, I do know one thing, and that is that I kind of want to break the trend that we are just building at our underground base every episode. So that means that in this episode we will do at least a couple things back on the surface where we are right now. One of those things is to make our villagers a little bit more safe. Our villagers are back in the background there. And I think regardless of doing stuff above ground or underground, I am able to easily fill this episode, so can we please play the intro? In order to keep the villagers safe, one of the things that we can make sure we do is to light up the area around them, because that will lower the chances, or completely prevent, zombies and other mobs from spawning in the area. And this is actually something that I planned on doing anyway, regardless of the villager box, because eventually I want to build a mob farm of some sort, and those things increase in efficiency a lot if you make sure everything in the large area is lit up. So what I'm going to do is I am going to spam a ridiculous amount of torches all across the valley, and probably a little bit more. And with a ridiculous amount of torches, I literally mean a ridiculous amount of torches. And yeah, so I probably won't place all of these torches, not even close. But there is actually an important detail to this lighting up the area story. Especially when it comes to making a mob farm. And that is that lighting up the area also for a large part happens underground. And there are actually quite a lot of caves around that I haven't explored yet. For example, right here, great demonstration. So right here there is a cave that I have never been in, and I plan on going inside of these and just placing some torches so that the zombies that we just killed cannot appear anymore, and I will have to make sure that they do not continue. Now, we can always make a copy of this world and look in creative mode, or better, in spectator mode, if there are any like holes that we missed, but I am not going to go for every single nook and cranny yet, because I think that will be extremely time consuming, and the scale at which I want to light up the things right now is already big enough. I am aware that I am most likely placing these torches a little too close to each other. In fact, I can prove it to you because I have this. This is a mod that tells me the light level of every specific block. And only when it's 0, mobs are able to spawn there. But I'm not going to bother using this mod. In fact, I often try to not use these things in my videos because a lot of people don't know these things. And I am a bit afraid that it might come across as confusing, or like people don't know why iWhat is using these, or maybe in the worst case people might even think that I'm cheating, but it's just a thing that tells me, okay, the light level over there is this, and over there mobs can't still spawn. But for now I'm just going to spam torches way too much probably, but I don't care. We are probably going to make this pretty and at a later stage though. I entered one of the caves very close to the windmill, and eventually I came across this zombie spawner, and I thought that this was interesting, especially because I think it's actually really close to the surface. So when we go up here, I have no idea where we are. Oh, there is the beacon. Oh, okay, I know where we are. Yeah, there is a wheat field. So Yeah, as you can see, this is very close to the surface here. So this might actually be a very good spawner to make a good zombie farm out of. Let's check what is in the chest. Oh, there's a diamond horse armor. That's actually quite good. I think I'm going to leave it in here though. I can always come back to get it later. But let me continue to light up this very grassy cave actually. There is actually another reason why I wanted to spam torches everywhere, and that reason actually doesn't have anything to do with Minecraft at all. That is simply I wanted to do something simple, something that I could do on autopilot basically. This is actually a really satisfying process because you make so much progress so quickly. And I actually recommend placing torches in your Minecraft world as a way to relax, because I have discovered that I find placing down torches strangely relaxing actually, and I think that in the future I might do this more often if I need to calm down after my day at school and studying and whatnot. I feel like I should start recording here because I have been placing down a lot of torches and I don't want to pull the I did some mining off camera guys meme on you. So as you can see, there is a really large area that I lit up here. And I don't plan on stopping anytime soon because this is actually really enjoyable. I'm really enjoying the relaxing, monotonous task of placing torches everywhere. And I felt like I should let you guys know that I am most likely going to light up the entire surrounding area here. Probably like the area that the map room, the map in the map room covers. Because as you can see, my inventory is almost out of torches. And I actually kind of feel like just crafting some more after I'm done here. So yeah, just know that I probably placed a little bit more torches than I originally intended to place, but I'm fine, I'm not losing my mind. This is actually really enjoyable. I have placed down way too many torches, and right now I'm sick of it, so I stopped placing down torches. I have made sure that every little spot, at least on the surface, is lit up and no mobs can spawn. And I even went as far as to going up the hills a little bit and lighting up those as well. And this was actually way more fun than I expected, but now we are safe. I mean, sun is setting here, but that's no problem because, you know, zombies and stuff won't bother us anymore. And yeah, now I'm sick of it, so now I want to do something else. And that means that we move on to the next project for this video. And for the next project of this video, I want to move to over here, to my favorite area of the world right here. Because over here, this little house here has nothing inside of it yet. And because we have the Sniffer outside right here, I felt like maybe it was a good idea to build a farm inside of here with Sniffers, where we can farm the seeds that these guys dig up. And I think that will be like a little simple thing to build in here. And yeah, that's my plan for doing next. To start, as always, we simply begin with excavating an area to build our thing in. Now, for this build, I'm not entirely sure how big I want this to be. I don't want it to be too big. I want this build to be relatively simple, but I am not entirely sure how big or how small it has to be. I feel like I have to make the area where the Sniffers live in big enough, and I was thinking to make it a 5x5 and make it a hole in the floor with glass on top so that we can look down on them. I know that that may sound a little bit weird because we already have a Sniffer outside here, but we are going to add more in here. Right, I think I'll get you back when I have a more concrete idea of what I want here. Alright, since I expect the redstone of this build to be relatively simple, I am first going to design the room for it right here. So my idea was to have like a glass floor like this, and then underneath this the sniffers will have their like location where they will like gather the seeds that we are trying to get here. And then around that we just design a wall using this blue terracotta, and I want to use this blue terracotta because we already have some blue terracotta over here. And because we have a wall here with some blocks from the outside, this cobblestone, I feel like we should divide up the wall like this and then go across or something. Maybe have another beam like this and fill this in, and then have a corner like this, and then have more beam like that, and basically make a semicircular room like this. How does that look? And then a floor of this. Right, let's see if that looks good. Building on camera is very challenging, ladies and gentlemen. Don't judge me for my mistakes that I make right here. Actually, I kind of like it already. Maybe it looks better if we strip it. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. And then we use this maybe and place on some flower pots or something. Yeah, let me figure out this room in more detail here, and I'll show you when I am done with it. I quickly went to our storage system here, simply to get some blocks to build with. And right here, I was met with a weird surprise. We have an iron golem walking around here. And that confuses me a lot, because obviously it comes from our iron golem farm. But I don't exactly understand how he got here, because I don't think it is possible for him to spawn over here. Unless he can like spawn on this block right here or something. But regardless, our iron golem farm is actually working really well because we've collected all of this iron already. So I am going to try and fix it by simply killing this guy and see if it happens again. And if it does happen again, we are going to have to see if we can find a fix for this. Great, now I completely forgot what I came to get from here. Okay, so I have made a little bit more progress on this room, and I really like how it looks right now. I still have to add in the flower pots, of course, but of course the traditional wall of chests with the button to turn the farm on and off is present. Anyway, we have to work on the ceiling here, and I actually think ceilings are really difficult to build. And for this ceiling, again, we have multiple options to do. We can go with leaves in the ceiling, as we always do, but we already have that everywhere in the main underground base, so I kind of feel like I shouldn't do that over here. We can just make it boring and just add some planks in the ceiling. I think that would work actually, but I feel like that would not look the best for this room. And in fact, I want to go with option 3, which is something more intricate. I want to try and add some pixel art in the ceiling here, actually. Am I the only one who thinks that the sounds that the sniffer makes sound very similar to stomach sounds? I mean, listen to these guys. It really just sounds like my belly when I'm hungry. Alright, I have constructed a pixel art in the ceiling, and I am really happy with how this looks actually. It is surprisingly difficult to reconstruct a recognizable sniffer pixel art when you only have a 5x5 grid to work with. Because I had to make some compromises here. I only gave him 2 legs. The third leg is like out of frame because when you put the gray part like next to his nose, it just doesn't quite look right. And yeah, there are a lot of subtleties when it comes to this, but this works out fine, and I like how this looks. And I guess that right now it is time to do the technical stuff, to do some redstone. I started by adding a secret entrance over here that opens the door over there, so that we can access the redstone area of this build down here. But while digging this, I actually discovered that we can't do the redstone for this build yet. And the reason for that is that we first have to figure out what we want this bottom section to be, where the sniffers will live. Now, to be honest, I already kind of know what I want this to look like, so it's just a matter of building it. So the idea is that I want it to look very lush and grassy with some wood walls or something. This looks really nice. It's almost exactly as I envisioned it, but when I was done building it, I noticed that actually I am stuck. I managed to get myself stuck in my own build, so now we have to break ourselves a way out here. Alright, let's get some of these and let's replace that glass. Alright, now that we've built that, we actually know where the floor is, so now we can build some of the redstone down here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the redstone for the Sniffer farm has been put in place, and in fact the Sniffer farm is almost on. Let's quickly add the finishing touches here by adding some plants, and I think this is looking very good. I also placed in 2 eggs of sniffers here, so that eventually we get some sniffers in this hole. Right. But now I feel like we should explain how the redstone works here by going behind the scenes and showing you how this is done. So, the idea is that we have a hopper minecart on the top somewhere, and periodically we will make it run underneath the hole in which the sniffers live. So when they dig up their seeds, they will have an item, and the hopper minecart will pick them up through the blocks. Then we bring the hopper minecart back. Oh, we get a demonstration. Then we bring the hopper minecart back to the top, and we can process the items it has collected. Now, how does this work? I think I can best start my explanation over here. So this right here is a hopper clock. These are 2 hoppers pointing into each other, and they are passing items between each other. So we can detect how many items are in a hopper using this comparator, and using that we can flip a redstone block here based on which of the hoppers is empty and which one is full. And you can use this as a timer, because if you add more items, then it will take longer for the items to transfer from one hopper to the other one. And if you reduce the amount of items, the timer will get shorter. I have covered a hopper clock in a previous video. Now, using this timer, we can pull power from this using this redstone dust right here. Because every now and then, this redstone dust will turn off based on which hopper is empty. And when this redstone dust switches from being unpowered to being powered, then this system right here will trigger. This is called a monostable circuit. And what this will do is it will make this repeater right there give a short pulse. And that pulse will go up. It goes up here, and it might not look connected, but it is connected. It will go up, and it will go all the way over here to a powered rail on which the hopper minecart is sitting right now. So that means if we get this pulse, the hopper minecart will go. So basically this thing only controls you know, how often the minecart should go and collect items. Then on the top here, where we are right now, underneath this powered rail, there is a hopper. So we extract the items that are inside of the minecart, and then we make them go to a item filter, which is not finished yet actually, because there should be items in there. You know what, let's put some stone in here for now. So as you can see, when I put in some stone, some of the stone will stay in here, and using this we can sort stone out of the hopper above, because all the item slots are filled here. No other items besides stone can enter. Now in a second here I will switch this for one of the seeds that the sniffers can dig up, although I'm not sure if I have enough seeds for that, but we'll see. The system should collect them on its own, so maybe in the beginning we'll run without an item filter. Yeah, this works by again detecting how many items are in this hopper using a comparator. And it uses the fact that there is some amount of items for which the strength that this comparator outputs switches from powering this one versus not powering this one. And then we can lock this bottom hopper by using a redstone torch, making it unable for the items to go down. And any of the items that don't get filtered out by this, that don't fit in this hopper, will continue to the other chest. Wait, let me demonstrate this by going up there. I can make this jump, right? Let's go over here. So yeah, so you can see this hopper right here where the minecart's sitting on. If it doesn't go down into the item filter, it goes over here and then it funnels into the other row of chests. I think that basically covers the entire system, but there is a little bit more here. Are the standard stuff that we do. We have an on-off switch to this farm. So on the other side, right here, we have a button. And using this button, we can turn the farm off. Turning the farm off basically just means don't make the minecart go underneath this. And the way this works is by, again, using a monostable circuit with a one-tick repeater. This will send a very short pulse to this piston, and that will make this redstone block switch between two different positions every time we push the button. This is called a T flip-flop, and we can detect which position it is on, and based on which position it is on, we either display a no block tune saying that we have turned the farm off, or we have turned the farm on. And over here, by powering one of the hoppers, we can stop this clock, because powering a hopper will disable the items from flowing, like is the case right now. And when we then turn the farm on again, the items in the hoppers should flow again, because one of them is now unpowered. Yeah, as you can see. And I think that concludes the explanation for the redstone. So now we can close the behind the scenes, and usually we don't really go there, but I like to add some secret entrances like that. And one of our sniffers has hatched, so from this point on, our farms should produce some seeds. Now that the sniffer farm is finished, we have sadly come to the end of the episode. Now, this episode was a blast to make, because in my opinion, this episode, the recording of it, was probably the most enjoyable out of all of my episodes until now. And, you know, that's always a good thing if you are enjoying what you're doing. And, of course, I hope that you had as much fun watching it as I had creating it. But this episode is just great overall, in my opinion. We did some amazing stuff. We placed a bunch of torches in the world, lighting up everything. And the lighting up the world is just such an unexpectedly good experience. Just good in every sense of the word, both while doing it and now when it's done. Because while doing it, I had so much fun, like I can't describe it. It's almost, you know... Yeah, I had a really good time. I was sort of meditating while doing it. It was just amazing. And then now that it's done, and it's also so unexpectedly pleasant coming out here during nighttime and just not having to worry about creepers all around you. It's just so amazing. And then afterwards we built this amazing sniffer farm. Now the sniffer farm on its own is just okay in my opinion. But I love this area right here, and especially now that this little house has like a proper interior that is like finished, I love this area even more. I think this is a really nice area in our world. And, you know, I always like it when things are like very polished in a sense and just finished. So, yeah, that's just amazing. Anyway, I still have to end the episode, so that brings me to the fact of episode 22. The fact of the video today is that roller coaster tracks have sand in them to reduce the noise. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I also hope that I can see you in the next episode. And oh, speaking about the next episode, before I forget, I am open for some suggestions. Please let me know in the comment section down below some things that you would like to see me do or build in my world. On some of the previous episodes, I have already had some great suggestions, which, how do I say this subtly? Let's just say I have some plans that kind of incorporate the suggestions that I got. Anyway, just give me some things that I can add to the list of things to do and build in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say goodbye, and as always, keep wondering.